Hello, so today I will be talking about the rock cycle. So here's a general overview of the rock cycle, and beginning with sediments, which form when any type of rock weathers and erodes. Sediments can undergo compaction and sedimentation to become sedimentary rocks, and these sedimentary rocks can undergo heat and pressure to become metamorphic rocks, which can melt to form magma, and when magma cools, it can form igneous rocks, and igneous rocks can melt into magma or undergo heat and pressure to become metamorphic rocks. So now looking into these components in a little more in depth, we're going to begin with igneous rocks, which is when magma forms to cool igneous rocks, and this can happen in two different ways, either intrusive, shown here on the left, or extrusive, shown on the right. So over here we have Devil's Tower, and this is formed when magma solidified within Earth's crust, but the crust that it solidified within has eroded away, which reveals the structure. And then on the right, we have magma cooling, and these areas where it's black shows where this magma has cooled and solidified. Moving on to sediments, we have sediments that come from igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic rocks. And sediments form either through erosion and weathering or dissolution. Erosion and weathering is the breakdown of rocks into smaller rocks through the effects of wind, rain, frost wedging, and root growth. And then dissolution is a chemical type of weathering in which acidic rain wears away at rocks and turns the solid rock into aqueous material. And these sediments can form sedimentary rocks in two different ways. So up here we have rocks and minerals that are formed through precipitation. So precipitation is when that aqueous material that is formed in dissolution reacts with each other to form a solid. And up here is actually halite, which is sodium chloride. And then down here shows the process of not the process, but the effects of lithification, which is when sediments at the bottom of bodies of water are compacted into rocks from the weight of layered sediments, and these different layers are shown in the photo. And then we have metamorphic rock, which is when an existing igneous sedimentary rock is transformed into a metamorphic rock. And the conditions required for this is extremely high heat, high pressure, or a hot mineral-rich fluid. And these types of conditions are found in Earth's crust or at tectonic plate boundaries. And an important thing to note about the process of forming metamorphic rocks is during this process, the rock must not melt. If it melts, it forms magma, so it must remain solid through the whole process to become a metamorphic rock. And that's all for my presentation. Here are the sources I used, and they will be linked down below. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.